Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this. This is your TNA Slammiversary 2016 review. This is my first show in a few days. I do apologize about that. However, I suffered from quite a severe case of tonsillitis. I had to take 4 doses of 2 tablets a day, which equates to 8 tablets a day, which is actually damn quite a lot. So I was kind of like sleazy, snoozy. Throat was all mugged up, but back up and running. It's Sunday. Had to get this Slammiversary review done and out the way. I apologize if my voice cuts out every now and then. I do apologize about that. However, we are here with your Slammiversary review. Was this show a win? Was this show a loss? Was this show a tie? Put that in the comments. If you're watching us live, please put that in the live chat. I will get to it. Myself, personally, this is tough. This is tough. When I come on here, I specifically wore this. I specifically wore this to show you that I was a TNA fan. 10 years of TNA. I bought this. We're now at Slammiversary 14. I bought this 4 years ago. This hat about 2 years ago. So I was so battered and bruised. Well, it actually came like that, but digressing. And it's just, I just had zero interest in this show. Like, fucking shit off. Here we go. Wrestling. Cesaro, my man. How are we doing? Now I'm dressed in my proper apparel, not that filth. Excuse me, I'm going to give this show a weak tie. Wrestling was okay. Camera work was awful. Commentary, I had to switch off at the hour-and-a-half mark and go to Spanish commentary. Actual shoot. But they said some really funny things. The Spanish commenters, they called it the Demolition Derby during the Hardy versus Hardy match, which I thought was very funny. But as a whole, I just couldn't give a fuck about anything. Not one thing. I mean, X Division match I enjoyed. That was the best part of the night. Then we moved on to a Tribal versus Grado match, which, alright. Gail Kim versus Maria, where I legitimately was that uninterested, went for a shit, came back, and it was a 3-way for some reason. This is just a summary for people who haven't watched it. James Storm versus Braxton Sutton. During this, I watched Kurt Angle versus Zack Sabre Jr. from today's Rev Pro show. When that, I mean the entrance, because the entrances alone was 7 minutes long. Then we had Eli Drake versus Bram. EC3 versus Mike Bennett. Jeff Hardy versus Matt Hardy in the highly anticipated Full Metal Mayhem match, and the Decade versus Bromance, which is okay, and then the main event, which it was a good match. It just grinded my gears in many reasons. Again, this is not a TNA hater show. Before I get it, and if you dare say in the comment section that we're W fanboys or sheep or anything like that, you're a fucking moron. Quite frankly, and I won't take that shit. I don't care. I just don't. People nagging for this review, I'm doing it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't pay for this show. I'm not paying for it. I've paid for enough TNA stuff in my lifetime. Here we go. You don't believe me? Here's another proof. A couple of TNA DVDs right there. Bound for Glory. I have paid my dues with TNA. If you think I'm gonna pay for a lackluster product, you think again. I don't know how much it cost. However much it cost, I apologize. From Impact Management, I apologize. Okay, let's break this down properly. So the X Division Championship match, you have Eddie Edwards versus DJZ versus Everett versus Trevor Lee, your champion. This was a, I call this the match sponsored by Vader. It's time, it's flying time. That's the Vader commercial before the match began. I'm going to give them props. Smart choice for an opener. Really, really was. Gregory Helms was banned from ringside. Obviously, he's part of this Helms dynasty they got going on with Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett right now. Camera work, start off really poor. It misses. There was a really nice sequence. I can't remember who it was between. I haven't got my notes here. I was just too busy writing it down. Basically, they had a really, they roll up 1-2 kick out, roll up 1-2 kick out, roll up 1-2 kick out. The camera kept missing the ref's slap, and it's just really off-putting. It's like WWE when they do camera cut. It's like that. It fucks me off. Something rotten. And Jesus Christ, do we have to have our ring that loud? Would it just be possible if I could not hear the ref move with his feet? Oh my god, it's unbearable. This is what's like listening to Impact. And then you got Josh Matthews asking absolutely ridiculous questions. I couldn't take that man. If you like that man, you know what? He's a sackage. I don't wish firing upon many people, but I hope Josh Matthews gets fired. And I hope he gets fined because he deserves to pay out. That's how dirty this man's commentary is. Absolute filth. Despise that man. On to the action. Athletes worked really hard. Well, they didn't work hard. They flipped around. Depending on what your meaning is, working hard. Everett did hit a nice springboard at corkscrew punch to the floor. Lee with a C4, which was really nice. And there's this nice sequence. A DGT basically went for rolls, then goes for a spike DDT, but in mid-flight, he got caught with a standing double foot stomp. That got "This is awesome" chant from these imbeciles at the Impact Zone. Lee hit a German suplex off the top. That got the TNA. Oh, come on, go some balls. Edwards and Lee then had a really nice exchange, some strikes and some spots until Edwards rolls him up to get the win. And then in traditional TNA fashion, the music hits, stops. 10 minutes later, the music hit. 10 seconds later, the music hits again. And they're like, what? Was there a screwy finish? What the fuck is going on here, guys? Like, I'm going to give it 3 stars, 3.25 stars. This was a really enjoyable match. If you could put up with the annoying canvas, if you could put up with the annoying commentary, if you can put up with the annoying camera work, if you can put up with the music hitting, then stopping, then hitting again, this could have been like a 4-star match. So those spots I went over, that's just because obviously I had my pen here. Obviously, when I'm writing them, I can't write them down as quickly as I would like, so I don't really have a lot of time. So I only write down a few spots because it's live. If it's a pre-taped show or I'm not watching it live, I can kind of pause it and then write it down. However, it is very difficult to do that, but it was 3.5 stars, and I'm going to get you live comments. I'm just going to do them right at the end of the show, all right? Then have a backstage promo with EC3 basically hyping his match with Mike Bennett. A lot of God references in there. With Rockshire Boat. Oh, fuck me. Just read what's next. Then you have the Tribunal, which is Marcus Louis and Sylvester Lafort, formerly from NXT. There's a reason they got fired, guys. They're facing Grado and some... tonsillitis, apologies. And something Shira. Mohammed Shira. Something. I care about one person's match. That's Grado. And even him in TNA, I don't care. Like, what's he done? Who's he beat? What's his story? I just have zero interest. Snow keeps blowing his whistle. It's fucking annoying. That's either, he's either doing a good job or just fuck off. Like, I just don't. If you care about this, lucky you. You must be one huge Grado fan. But I didn't care about it. I was so bored, and the Tribunal got the win with the Demolition's old finisher. I wasn't listening to what Matthews called it. 1/2 star because I'm generous. Because I would have given it 1.5 stars. I would have given an extra star for Grado's entrance. However, it's just a generic song, so I'm not interested. Gail Kim vs. Maria was up next. I'm going to be honest, I went for a shit. And from here, obviously I'm in the PWME UK headquarters, aka my little man den. I've got to walk all the way across the garden into the toilet to have a shit, then come back and then walk all the way back. So that does take about 5 minutes. So I did miss that, but when I came back, it was Jade versus Saina, whatever the fuck her name is, versus Gail Kim for the championship. This commentary right now, I've even got it written down here. It's so bad that it actually takes me out of the zone, and their job is to get me into the zone, tell me a story, enhance the story. The talents tell the story and they enhance it, make it even better. These guys take any story that they're creating, throwing it away, out the window. Bye. Nice seeing you. Catch your ass down the line. Jesus Christ, though. Jay did hit a nice tornado DDT, though. And then basically, 1-2, Josh goes, kick out of 2. Like, literally like that. Kick out of 2. Like, he screeches. Like, shut the fuck up, you fucking toilet. Oh, Gail Kim that being hit a nice super Frankenstein off the top. Starting to hit a big boot, I guess, because the camera cut to Jade climbing up the turnbuckle. I'm watching. This is amateurs play. If you paid for this, The talent are working hard. The creative and writing I was coming up by next are trying really hard. It's just not there. It's like WCW in 2000, 2001 when they rejuvenated themselves. They got great young talent in, and there's a little mix of old talent and young talent, and things going well, but things just don't go your way. As simple as that. But Marty Bell, she comes out. And she goes, it looks as if she's going to hit Saina or Saina, however you say it, but she changes direction and nails Jade. Saina, I don't give a fuck. The Bird, we'll call it that. The Bird covers her to get the win. Bit annoyed we don't get the payoff for Maria versus Gail because it's the pay-per-view and one of their only ones of the year. They're going to hold it all the way till October at Bound for Glory. But as a whole, the match itself was okay, decent, good women's wrestling. I'll be frank, but the more important thing was a swerve. It did a good job, and it made me want to tune into Impact on Tuesday on Pop to see why she did it. Why? And I loved Saina's or the Bird's reaction when she just goes, "What the fuck? I'm just gonna cover." That was good reaction because then it's spontaneous on the spot. It makes it like, okay, does that mean she's with Maria? Because Saina's with Maria. What the fuck's going on here? Why did she do that? Why did she help? Has she been paid to do so? Good job. Good journey. Good job there. Then we had James Storm versus Braxton Sutton, Pepper Parks. The first TNA original on the show, minus Jeremy Borash. Damn shame. You know what I wanted? Mike Tenay and Don West on commentary. Storm cut a promo, said, "Since I've been here since day one." Do you know what Josh Matthews goes? Josh Matthews goes, "I told you so." You fucking waste of space. You know what this man is? I do not like to use this word often. Josh Matthews is a cunt. He is an absolute cunt. He should apologize to every single great wrestling commentator. This guy should apologize for Michael Cole. He should. He makes Michael Cole look like the greatest commentator of all time. That's a shoot. I would rather listen to Michael Cole call out a 3-hour wrestling show than Josh Matthews a 3-hour wrestling show. Being honest, I would rather listen to Matt Striker call a show. I'd rather listen to Jay, or I would rather listen to JL than most people. I'd rather listen to fucking Dave Coco call a 3-hour wrestling show than listen to Josh Matthews. I told you so. Oh, I'm so smart. I told you so. Dude, you're a professional wrestling commentator. Now do your job, you fucking dickhead. No interest, no emotional investment. Why is this match is taking place? Because James Storm has to be on the show because they have to get some TNA original because the other fuckers have left. And they have this TNA Hall of Fame thing, which they've been hyping all night. Okay. What is the prediction that the guy that they say, okay, they're doing it live on Impact. What's the thing? They're going to say AJ Styles. What are I would bet a lot of money. They're going to say AJ Styles, or they're going to say James Storm. Or Dixie Carter herself goes in. Wouldn't that be funny? Sorry about my cough. It's really bad. But I watched the Angle with Pro entrance. Far more entertaining than this. I did see a glimpse of it. Storm did get them the last call. It looked good from the bits I saw, so I can't really judge. But after the match, they both celebrated with a beer, so it didn't really matter. We have a backstage promo with Eli Drake. Die down, dummy. Ah, dude, I love Drake. He calls Bram 100% dummy. Yeah. So good, so good. He claims he will have the King of the Mountain Championship forever, and that's not an insult. It's just a fact of life. That's pretty awesome. I'm a big fan of Eli Drake, believe it or not. Then we have the King of the Mountain Championship match. You have Eli Drake defending against Bram. At the start, Drake did a pose at the top, nearly fell off and broke the guy's poor neck. And then Josh goes, "What's on Eli Drake's nose? You know, what is it? Is it a breathing strip?" I'm there, and you're calling a live pay-per-view that's going internationally. Your job is to tell the story, to call the action, to make everything great. Okay? And instead of talking about, how about we do a little tale of the tape? Give me a background on Bram. Give me a background on Eli Drake. Saying why they're fighting. why they're wrestling. Instead of that, you bicker and debate why he has a nose strip on. That's it for me. I changed the channel. I can't be doing. I changed the commentary. I put Spanish on. I can't be dealing with that. Drake tries to walk away. Bram hits close on the ramp. There's no count out. It's like watching WCW all over again. They never used to do count outs, which used to fuck me off. Oh god, Drake hit a back body drop onto the concrete floor. Don't do that again. Not nice. Bram hit the bright side of suffering, but Drake rolls to the floor. Drake hits a knee and clothesline to get the win. Drake retains. Decent match. Just no, I just don't care. Why was there reason to care? Tell me, please. It just feels like an Impact match. 2 stars, 2.25 stars. Decent wrestling. Again, the whole night, decent wrestling. It feels like I'm watching wrestling for the sake of them wrestling. You know, EC3 Mike Bennett, first match here with, you know, a very good, proper, and decent build. I was anticipated and I was excited for this. And I told you on my last review of Impact that I was looking forward to this. I really, really was. EC3 on these promos and Bennett both born their pre-Slammiversary promos, even though it was actually a Slammiversary event itself. They basically told the crowd to start singing the trouble, trouble, trouble. Oh, they basically told them to sing that. In words, in wrestling terms. That's what they did. Crowd are dead, didn't sing it. They may have went, oh, like that a little bit. They didn't sing it. Not one bit. Crowd are completely dead, by the way. I mean, dead. These guys, what pisses me off is they're not wrestling fans. They're just people at the Universal Studios who are there, see a big sign, live pay-per-view Slammiversary there. They can say, oh, that's cool. Why don't we end our day there? And they go there. They have no clue who these guys are. They probably know Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy. Maybe Drew Galloway, maybe Lashley. They know no one else. They don't know EC3 or Mike Bennett. They don't care. Jesus. So bad. Jeez. Oh, EC3 though did hit a deadlift, sit down powerbomb. Again, one issue. Whoever wins, doesn't matter. If EC3 wins, cool. If Mike Bennett wins, cool. Mike Bennett's already beaten EC3, so the story doesn't mean nothing. E3, it's 1% for 2, good near full. Like I said, I've switched to Spanish commentary already by now. Bennett with the pile driver for 2. Bennett hit a really nice defo driver onto a chair for 2 for a near full. The Spanish guy is marking out. So passionate, not even joking you. EC3 of the 1% to get the win. Okay, match just didn't feel important until I switched to the Spanish commentary right at the end because I was flicking through because I felt weird leaving the English commentary. But then at the end of this match, it felt like I remember watching a Japanese wrestling match, and obviously in Japanese. Well, I wouldn't say obviously now because they do English commentary, and you might only watch the big events. But anyway, digressing. The passion in their voice, you can hear it. You can't hear it from Josh Matthews. And you think I'm picking on the guy. Quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. The guy's an imbecile sack of toiletry shit. In fact, the shit I made during the toilet for the Gail, Kim, and Maria segment was better than that. Full Metal Mayhem. I give that about 2. By the way, I give Ben and EC3 about 2.5, 2 3/4. All right? That's being generous. Come on, that is being generous. Full Metal Mayhem. We have Jeff versus Matt Hardy. Spliff versus Fat Hardy. With the fat man himself, I do feel uncomfortable watching him. He limps to the ring. He doesn't, it's not selling. It's just him trying to walk. But I do like how this does feel when they are wrestling. It does feel like they are legitimately trying to kill each other. This is a spot fest, okay? Mainly Jeff doing stupid things or having stupid things done to him. He does, oh, fuck you. Spliff does hit a slingshot crossbody to the floor through a table. That was ridiculous. Also, we had Spliff hit a crossbody off the top rope through a ladder. That was ridiculous. You had Fatty hitting bites. This is funny. I forgot I wrote this. Fatty bites the ear of Spliff. Now, he's either doing one of two things. He's either doing a great great job telling the story about he hates him that much, he just wants to rip his ear off, telling that story. Or he's getting really hungry and he's deciding to eat. Fatty hits a side effect on the apron, hits a powerbomb. Fatty powerbomb Spliff through a keyboard that's set up in between the ramp and a guardrail And it looked nasty, dude. The guy Spliff landed nasty. I hope he took a joint before, because that was nasty. Spliff hits a twist of fate through a table for 2, and then hits a swanton bomb off the top to the floor through a table to get the win. You know, I'm not a fan of these hardcore matches, but it made sense due to the story and just how personal it got. So I was a fan of it. I'm going to give it 3 stars, 3.25. Decent spots. Did I over anticipate in my mind? Yes, I thought something ridiculous was going to happen after we had Jeff Hardy flip off a fucking scaffolding a few weeks ago. And now we have a flip off the top rope for a table. Just doesn't seem as important, which could be the story of the show. Tag team title match of the decade, defending and retaining against the Bromance. I'm a big fan of the decade, I'm going to be honest. I love the way they're presented. I love the way how they act. I love their mannerisms. I love their look. Really unique look. Not Bromance, not so much. The end of the match comes when Abyss accidentally missed the ref. Goddard is applying the Boston Crabs as Crazy Steve taps, but again, no ref. Steve hits a belt shot to the head for 2. That was pretty decent there. Thought that was over. Biz then chokeslams Steve onto Jesse. That looked nasty. I mean, nasty to get the win there. Better than expected. I'm going to give it 2 stars. Honestly, better than expected. I wasn't expecting much there. Nothing that's a decade. It's just I'm just really not a fan of the Bromance. Main event time, World Championship, Galloway versus Lashley. You only win by knockout or submission. Pissed off before the bell even rang, and I talked about that for weeks. Oh, that's bullshit. Galloway comes out in a kilt. I do love the intense stare down, though, and the first move is the fucking Claymore kick. That was pretty damn awesome, if I'm going to be honest with you. Do you find this? Okay, guys, this is a good one. Do you find in the opening 5 to 10 minutes of American main events, no matter what it is, whether this being Ring of Honor, whether this being even a New Japan show, well, not New Japan because they tell a story throughout, Ring of Honor, TNA, you know, ZZW if you watch that, WWE in particular, just any American promotion, PWG, every one of them. The first 5 to 10 minutes, the feeling out processes, the commentaries liked, well, minus Josh Matthews, that it just feels so unimportant, and you can just not watch it and it doesn't matter. So I tend to just go on my phone, give Daniel Bryan a dust, make sure the posters are all up well in the office, straighten my keyboard, do whatever. That's what I was doing here, just really bored. This knockout stipulation, okay, being the knockout, you know, you can win by knockout submission. When they use the term knockout, it doesn't mean the way you're expecting. It means you have to be down for the count of 10. Why couldn't this just be called Last Man Standing match? You could have marketed this as they could have done promo saying, I will be the last man standing. I'll be the one and only man standing. You know, at the end of the night, there will be one man standing, and that will be me. Instead of, surely it'll be easy to market a last man standing match. That sounds brutal compared to, you can only win by knockout or submission. That limits the match. Whereas, I don't know, because then when you say you can only win by knockout submission, when they started using weapons, I was like, okay, does this mean that's legal? I think, why am I wasting my time thinking? Again, no concentration. I'm burnt out watching this. But this is my first wrestling show back from my illness. I haven't watched a show since, I think it was Raw on Monday. 6 days ago, it was probably the last time I watched. I watched the Best of Super Juniors final, where Will Ospreay did defeat Taguchi. Fucking awesome match. Really, really great match. Match of the week for sure. Really, really good stuff there. Happy for Will Ospreay. And it's just one of those moments, you know, when it feels like, because obviously, since I joined the channel in November, I've always been praising the guy. So I've kind of been feeling like I'm kind of watched him grow and grow and grow. And he's just going to skyrocket to the top, and it's going to be amazing. Anyway, no constant. Literally, I'm counting the minute by minute by minute by minute by minute. Every minute's feeling like an eternity. It really is. Really, please watch this show and just suffer. I don't want you to suffer, but you have to watch it. Galloway, they does hit a running flip over the top to the floor through a table, and for some reason he's bleeding. Lashley then applies the crossface, but this was awesome. Galloway deadlifts him up, spins him around, hits a tombstone. That was awesome. Lashley then applies the Anaconda device. The referee stops it. Lashley wins and is your new world heavyweight champion. Give that 3 stars. Really good match. Really good main event. Did enjoy that a lot. One criticism: Unimportance. The lack of this being Slammiversary, the lack of history. That not being their fault, all of it. The lack of, you know, the telling of history. You know, why couldn't there have been instead of the hyping of the Hall of Fame, which could have done on Twitter and social media, you know, and advertise like an actual company, Why couldn't they have done, the top 5 moments in TNA history? I think that would have been pretty cool. Have a poll up on your Twitter machine of 4 things, and then obviously have your number 1 picks as your company, have that number 1, and then you kind of pick it in the order. Why couldn't you have done that? Instead of, I don't know, just little things like that really piss me off. But I'm going to get to some live comments if we do have any. I won't be shocked if we don't, and I'm expecting a very mixed bag here. I'm expecting a few dislikes before, just to let you know, because of the fact that I've been so negative. Yeah, there we are, 1 dislike. I don't care. Here we go. They tried. I bet LK's Teen Hating Ass posted this title. Not a 5-star PV, had solid matches and a few standouts. Oh, fuck you! Honest to God. They tried. They tried is a compliment. Okay? Monday Night Raw, they don't try. They do not try. That's what annoys me about this more. They really try. They try. The guys are good. I'll give it a weak win. That's Oh, brother Nero, you let us down. I caught some of the show tonight. It was fine. I thought Matt and Jeff and Drew Lashley's were great. The women's match was too short, and the tag team match was. The commentary team needs to go. I do agree. Zahia's Wrestling Corner. Josh Matthews is the worst fucking commentator in pro wrestling today. I do agree. Comment of the day. Good job, my son. Ray Mustani, I streamed the pay-per-view. Yeah, me too. I've done my time of paying for TNA. Josh Matthews sounds like a clown. Agreed. Hell, Byron Saxton's what? Whoa. Brandon Matthews there crossing that would be the worst commentary. Josh Matthews and Byron Saxton. They always chant TNA instead of holy shit or the name of the wrestlers. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Has the brother Nero storyline stopped now? I hope not. I kind of like it. I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of it's getting eyeballs to the product, which is a good thing. EC3 is the only reason I follow TNA. Even the EC3 match. Again, you got to remember I'm coming from the illness, so my attention span isn't going to be great. But I just found it boring. Again, nothing away from the talent. The talent really did work hard, and I've said that. If you listen to that, so the guy, that imbecile, quite frankly, who put that at the top, if you listen to the star ratings, I'm going to reread to you the star ratings and prove to you that I'm actually being very generous with the actual product itself. I just have major issues with the show. So Execution Time match gave a 3.5. I gave the Tribunal half a star. That's what they deserved. Knockouts match 2. Then I gave Drake and Bram 2.5. Mike Bennett EC3 2.5 to 3. Full Metal Mayhem. Let's see what I gave Full Metal Mayhem. If I just scroll up page, 3.25. Tag team titles 2, and main event 3. That's solid. You said in your comment there were solid matches, which is what I gave. So in the end of the day, there was some good wrestling. Do I care about the matches? No. God, I'm Bennett. People complain when there's a TNA review, then they complain when there's not, and they say, fuck you. Anybody thinks the Money in the Bank wall match, wall match? I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a rarity, and I say, and you dare to fucking defend this, I say every single week that TNA, the Impact Wrestling TV show, or it's TNA Impact, I don't give a fuck, is better than Raw, quite frankly. But Money in the Bank will be better than this. I kind of like Al Snow blowing the whistle, but it get kind of annoying. I think that's the point. So in theory, he's doing a good job. Pay-per-view should only include the important match instead of filler storylines. Do you agree? Yeah. I wasn't a fan of the Storm. I wasn't a fan of the Grado match. I wasn't a fan of even the stuff that I wanted to see, like EC3 Mike Bennett. I've been hyping that up for a while, but I just come to think of it, if EC3 won, it did that, and if Bennett won, it's the same. Bunch of people watch TNA for one reason: Hardy's, EC3, Lashley, Galloway, and Bennett. No, people watch TNA because they love they like the TNA brand, and because it's not WWE. And then they can say to everyone, "Hey, look, I'm a TNA fan. I don't watch that WWE crap." Dude, just watch everything. Watch everything. If you're a pro wrestling fan, you watch everything. You watch through the shit. Right now, I'm doing that with TNA because there is going to be the bright side. There is good. I believe strongly in my heart right now. There's a young roster. Once this gets better, once they get detailed characters like the Decade, like EC3, that takes time. And I understand that. These growing pains. This is the growing of the growing pains. Once it's grown, this roster's amazing. Gonna be honest. Every time something comes out of Josh Matthews' mouth, I want to punch him in his goddamn face. I do agree. Will Drew win the title back? I hope not. I hope we get a really long Lashley run. Maria broke her hand, so it looks like we've got to wait until fuck me. Where are Mike Tenay and Don West? Mike Tenay's got a podcast, and I think Don West is selling merch. Byron Saxon or Josh Matthews? Ray Mustani with a really tough question there. Oh, dude, that could be a Stump the Idiot. That is that great of a question. I hate Byron Saxton with a passion. Just because I watched this last, I'll take Byron Saxton. Jerry Lynn or Mike Tenay in the Hall of Fame? Ooh, Jerry Lynn, great shout. Mike Tenay, great shout. I'm anticipating they're gonna just say AJ Styles just to get publicity. Gut feeling. Hulk Hogan, wow. Eli Jake is entertaining. I do agree. What's the point of Kingdom Mountain title? Is there IC or US championship? Is there mid card champ, like a TV championship? What should they call it that? TNA needs to hire Hulk Hogan. Ricky Krajewski's back. Where is Loki? That's a great question. Best match for me was the X Division match. You know, the Vader sponsored it's high flying time match of the night. I did really enjoy that. I'm going to be honest with you. How LK, good review, Bud, good night. Good night, Rimmerstone. Thank you for your live comments as always. How did it stack up to NXT the end? Oh yeah, because I didn't give my NXT review. I did watch that. So that was the last show I watched. So it was a Wednesday. That's a great question there, Lennox Whitson. That really is a great question. I don't know, because probably the end had better commentary, for sure. The end had better production quality. The end got more money, more bang for your buck money-wise. But I can't take that consideration. But I did pay for NXT TakeOver the end. I'm not paying for Slammiversary. I'm not doing that. And I can't. I physically can't. They give the show away for free on Challenge on fucking Saturday. I'm not waiting 6 days for what to watch it, you fucking toilet. 6 days to watch it on your fucking TV. Go fuck yourself. I'm going to stream it and I'm going to fucking do it. I'm proud of it. I don't know if it's growing pains or dying pains. I hope it doesn't die. I don't think it will die. I think the Pop TV network is great. It won't die as long as there's people who will just blindly defend it. But the issue is, if it's defended and it's not criticized, with TNA, they look, and some commenter said they're really good with research when it comes to, you know, sit-down groups and focus groups. So, in the end of the day, they listen to their fans. So if their fans are saying, hey, look, let's turn this volume up. Let's really turn the intensity up. Let's make this show great again. But if their fan base is saying, look, this show is great, they're going to continue to put on this. And this is not me bashing the wrestlers again. I want to stress this. The wrestling on this show is pretty damn good. You know, 2-star to 3-star matches, which is actually pretty damn good. Some 3.5, some nearly 4. Like the exhibition match, the opener. But the issue is like, when a guy wins, his music hits, then stops and hits again. You know, cameras, you know, the audio for the mic and the canvas, every time someone moves, just little things like that really piss me off. And the commentary. I guarantee you, if that had Don West or Mike Tenay, half a star would be added to every match. I said to you I was emotionally uninterested. Maybe I was just uninterested because the commentary has pissed me off so much, and B, the fucking ring's rattling every time. But the commentators take me out of the zone. I said this. Commentators are meant to make you in the zone. You know, they're meant to tell the story, enhance the story. With that being said, without that, you're just kind of watching it. And not, you know, story isn't being told unless they're telling a great story in the ring. And no offense to these guys, they just weren't, quite frankly. But next review will either be an Evolve review or the Monday Night Raw review live, depending on when I finish watching Evolve 62. I did pay for that because I enjoy that and I support it. If I support your product, I'm going to pay for it. However, I physically couldn't buy TNA Slammiversary, so I didn't. And you don't have to too. It's up to you. It's up to you. But again, it's already live. I'm tired, I'm battered. It's 4:33 AM and I just fucking stayed up for TNA. I don't think I'll ever do that again. Oh, we got those are questions. What are you looking forward to more? Bound for Glory, SummerSlam, Ultimate Lucha, or NXT Brooklyn? That's a good question. Oh, that's a good question. Well, we don't have any of the cards yet, so I think that's difficult. Ultimate Lucha always delivers. Brooklyn delivers. SummerSlam tends to. Bound for Glory usually does. Hopefully it's better than this one. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. That's a tough question. Good question. I'll leave that for Coco. I'll put that in the suggestions. Who do you build the X Division around? Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards is a great shout. Oh, dude, sorry, I just clicked the button down and it takes you to the top, and I saw that absolute fucking idiot's comment at the top. Things like that really pissed me off. They tried. They did try. They tried. They did fucking try, which is why I put it in the title. God, and Bennett. I think Eddie Edwards and then Davey Richards, when he comes back, I'd love a Bound for Glory if we had the Wolves colliding. And even though we've seen it at Ring of Honor Best in the World 2012, that's a fucking epic match. We can still see it again in a TNA ring. I think Eddie Edwards, Davey Richards, give them 20 to 25 minutes. They will tear their house down in an opener. Give them the opener, hot crowd. That'll be fucking amazing. That'll be my dream. Eddie Edwards versus Davey Richards. That would be my dream fancy booking of Bound for Glory. So thank you so much for live comments. Be sure to leave a like, make sure you comment, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you go to pricing.me. Again, I cannot stress, I don't hate TNA. I don't hate a brand. And the title means, by the way, they tried, as in they tried, as a compliment. Like, they really tried. They tried. Good for them. They did try. They didn't succeed, but they tried. That's more than what WWE can. So TNA defenders, TNA bleeding, when they bleed, the letters TNA come out, you should take that as a positive. They try, which is more than what WWE do. That being said, like, comment, subscribe, pressing.me, KocoSports.net. We'll go to Chaos for sports. Above all, it's okay to be a passionate fan. This has been your Slammiversary review. We'll be back tomorrow with a Monday Night Raw review live. Hope we can get co-hosts there, because there's just no one else who watch TNA, and I'm the only one who would. So, sorry. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay safe, stay well. Catch your asses down the line.